So welcome back. So today what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at creating a BOM table, which is a bill of materials. It's just a list of everything that goes into your project to be able to make this be built by whoever is assembling your final product. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at what goes into it, and then we're going to work on creating one. So one of the most important things into creating a BOM table is to make sure you have as much information as you have in here. Now, if you have a company that you're working for, then they'll have a lot of other information built into it. But one of the most important things you can do is to make sure you have your parts named. It's okay to name the label, the tab, so you know the project you're working on. But to make sure the part is named is crucial to making the BOM table, because if not, you're going to have trouble identifying the part just by having the default part 1, because everything is going to be called part 1. So that's one thing I stress to you. When you finish designing a part, make sure you name the part. You change it to something similar to what you labeled the project. So what we're going to take a look at is, first thing is going to be that we're going to look at creating an exploded view. So we're going to come down here onto the right side, click on the tab for exploded view. And creating exploded views is relatively really simple. Find the position that you want to create it from. I'm going to choose the top view, zoom out just a little bit. And then I'm just going to add an exploded view. And then it's just click and drag. And then make sure that you match those measurements to the other side. It looks better when both sides' explosions look exactly the same. And that's it. And then just keep doing that to both sides. If you click on two parts together, they'll both go out in the same distances, and we'll just continue doing that. And you'll just keep doing that, clicking and dragging, and making sure the measurements all match. It's easier to just copy and paste the measurements from the last one, and then you do that. When you're done moving all the parts, you just click done. Now, I already have an exploded view done here, so this is what it looks like, and this is my exploded view. So we're going to come into, we have that done now. So what you're going to do for the BOM table is simply create a new drawing. And I already have one done for you right here. So we're going to have the drawing created. And two simple things. First is we are going to insert our train assembly. So I'm going to look for the train assembly I just looked at, which is called Assembly 2. And once I bring it in, I'm going to come up here and look for the exploded position. And I'm going to take my exploded 1 view. And a couple seconds to rend. There you go. And I'm going to change the orientation to the top view. And now I have that here. Okay. Now I can also change the size. So let me change this to 1. Let's go to, let's see, 1, 2. Let's go to 1, 7. Okay. No, that's too small. Yeah, 1, 2. 1, 4. No, too small again. Yeah, okay, we'll leave it at 1, 2 for now. You can play around with that later. You can actually add to that. So if you go 1.1, you can go 1 to 1.15. You can make it bigger also. So now we have this here. And if we right click on it and I show the shaded view, of course, I'll see all the colorful parts and everything will be color coded. And so we'll see all that pretty there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to simply come up here and we're going to find the callouts option. And all I'm going to do is just click on each part and just make this little circled bubble. These are callouts. And I'm just going to do that for each part. So just to save time, I went ahead and created all this. And it's empty. These callouts have nothing in it until we come up here and use that same icon we saw in the assembly for the BOM table. And I'm going to click on here. And I'm going to just add that BOM table here. Okay. Now, it doesn't really give me much information, but it goes ahead and names all these parts right here. Now, remember what I told you about the names. So I'm going to jump back into my assembly, right? And I'm going to come back in here to this object right here, which is a BOM table. We saw this before, but we really didn't do anything to it. So if I click on it once, I can go in here and I can add a column, and I'm going to hit the name because that's the ones we've been adding before. And now once I've added name, it comes in here. I can right click on each one and I can remove these columns because we don't have part numbers assigned to them. And I can then also change the position of these. So these already have numbers on it. So, and I can just move this to left and rearrange how my column looks, okay? Now, once I do that, I come back to my drawing, right? I need to just click on this right here, update my workspace. And now it matches the table that I had put into my BOM table assembly. It drags all that information that we already linked back into the project. So now I have this here. And just for giggles, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change and put this in here like this. I'm going to add a small version of my project in here. Let's use the left view underneath here, just like this. And I'm going to add that right in there. And now I have my project in there. And I added that by accident. And there we go. And now I have this view right here of my project, plus my exploded view and the BOM table. And now people can get an idea of what the project looks like. You can go ahead and add more stuff in here if you want. And that works for you. So this is what it looks like when I added those extra parts in there. I like the shaded view because it looks more aesthetically pleasing for me. But hey, that's my choice. And so that's it, guys. Try this out. Have some fun with this. And make sure you name your parts. All your parts are named. And once you have this set the callouts and you have the BOM table set, you're good to go. So that's it for now. Have a nice day, guys.